Testing, testing. This is Alexander Nilsson sending live from Stockholm, Kingsholmen. It's gonna be a legendary, epic, quite impulsive stream. And it starts in 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? It's Alex dropping the mic during a Friday live evaluation. I was not supposed to do this. I was determined. This Friday I need to just distance myself from this whole focus. I'm not gonna do a live stream because I have a home exam, I have work, I have tons of things I really need to prioritize. Yet here I stand, checking if the audio is working. Is it? Yes, it is. You know why I'm standing here? Because I'm in such an amazing, tremendous, awesome mood. It's Friday and, well, for one, it is Friday. That usually just puts me in that state by its own. But also, I just had this amazing leg workout. Been down there for 1.5 hours and I can't explain the emotions, what the hormones does to me when I'm down there just pushing it. I mean, for the last 30 minutes, I've been doing my reps, my squats, and almost fainted every time I stood up because I pushed myself. I'm not saying you're supposed to do that, but man, it just elevated me to some kind of epic, godlike state. I may sound crazy here, but I'm just high on these feelings right now. And my point for bursting out in this whole thing is that, goddamn, you need to implement a training routine. I come from a place where I grew up as a kid just eating buns, candy, and being kind of fat. Didn't do much workout at all. Hated it. Yeah, I just hated it. Although I was a really small kid. But I've grown to love it, and it's just a natural part of me. Yesterday I actually had my first training break in like, I don't know how many weeks, but damn did I have to push myself to distance myself from the workout, because it's such a, it's such a drug to me. Now again, I'm not saying this is what you want. I'm not perfect here, I'm just trying to make a point in some way, but it has become an addiction because it creates such great emotions within. It doesn't matter which state you go down there in, you're able so easily to just change that mood because you're distancing yourself from those thoughts, from those negative things going on, if that's the case. Otherwise you can just elevate yourself from a good state to an even better state if you're having a good workout. I'm just sharing this because, well, I can't not. This is the Friday live evaluation. That means that we're supposed to look back at the week, reflect, and well, grow even more from what we have experienced. What actions are we taking? How can we improve in what we're doing to move ourselves even faster in the direction we want to go? This week has been colored by, well, work, a ton of work. And so that may have led to me having like this exhausting, dreadful week. That could have been the case, but it hasn't. It's actually been one of my better weeks. It's been a great week. And I was down there at the gym between my sets, like reflecting, why is this the case? Why has this been such a great week? And well, it got me thinking about a little method, a tool I used to use when evaluating myself and how I was living my life. It's actually Tony Robbins' 6 Human Needs. Tony Robbins, I think you all know him, personal development guru, that well, some people like him, some people, yeah, sure, I'm sure some people hate him. He is a bit of a salesman. But whether there's any scientific studies backing up his little model or not, it has been a good tool for me in the past to evaluate what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, and it's usually quite accurate in explaining why I am feeling good or why I'm feeling bad. So I haven't used this, I haven't looked through this, but I thought we right now should just go through these 6 human needs and see if they explain why this week has been an epic. I'm overusing the word epic. That's the last time I'm using that for at least 1 week. So I thought let's sit down. I've been standing lately because that was when I was practicing for my speech I had in Croatia a couple of months ago. I needed to practice standing up and speaking. Hence I've been standing on my live streams. And it actually was quite nice, so I continued. But let's sit down for a while and let's have a look at these 6 human needs and see if they can explain the great week. Oh, we got a visitor called Armando. Nice seeing you. How are you? Long time no see. Hajubuchian, as they say in Chinese, but I'm sure they don't pronounce it that way because I have forgotten how they pronounced it. Hajubuchian. Long time no see. I do need to update my Chinese. Okay, let's go through the 6 human needs. Follow along, Armando, and be sure to pop in with questions if you got some. Although it's not going to be too long of a stream because I have a home exam I need to throw myself back into due tonight. Okay, I need to show you these. Or maybe I don't. I can just read them out loud. Am my audio still on? A little anecdote. We were having a regional meeting this week with my company, and I was supposed to record some presentations that some guys were having, and I put the mic on this guy and prepped with camera and everything, but I don't know if I forgot to or if he managed to pull it out, but the audio wasn't caught. That sucked. Ooh, lightning. You do need to see my beautiful face. Not too much of it though. Do we still got audio? Yeah, we got audio. Okay, sorry for the like total lack of focus here. So Tony Robbins' 6 human needs. Number 1, don't use as much light. That will get you through life with a smile. Tony Robbins' 6 human needs. Need number 1, certainty. Assurance you can avoid pain and gain pleasure. And he raised these different needs from a scale to 1 to 10 to tell how good you're doing it. Or experiencing it, because this is an experience. This is subjective, how you determine to experience something. Certainty, assurance you can avoid pain and gain pleasure. Okay, this is going to be a lot colored by my work this week, since that has been my time spent, that and writing on this essay. How sure have I been that I could avoid pain and gain pleasure? Well, I'm in this new work role and I'm starting to get more and more confident in it. I'm starting to enjoy it. I enjoy the people. It's not as scary. I just feel like a piece of the office. I'm one with the... I feel that... I'm not going to make this too much about me, but sort of, kind of, it has to be. I just feel a part of my work. I enjoy it. It's not like I go there, get paid so I can get away from that place as soon as possible so I can do my other stuff. For once in my life, I feel like, yeah, I want to be here. I want to contribute. This is great. And that for sure adds to the assurance that I'm not going to go into work and feel pain and agony for being there. Like, oh, dreadful work. I don't want to be there. So this has really, really, really elevated the certainty. So I say out of 0 from 10, we got a 8 this week. So that's a really high score. Armando says he's got a question. Maybe we can. How soon do you have to move to class, Armando? He got a question for us, and we don't want to waste the opportunity of having a question. Okay, we're gonna hold on the question on the number 2 here and make room for Armando's question. This is totally not the way you are supposed to do it, but today I'm not gonna do anything the way you're supposed to do it, am I? Okay, 30 minutes. I'm gonna be done with this in 4 minutes, so let's continue with this. Human need number 2, uncertainty, variety, the need for the unknown, change, and new stimuli. Okay, relating to the first one, if I'm like so certain I'm gonna avoid pain, if everything is just super certain, I have no variety, life is gonna be boring, it's gonna suck, it's just gonna be not exciting. For me, in my new work role, I have like 3 different roles. I'm doing marketing, I'm having an engineering role, and I'm doing marketing on another level. So it's so much uncertainty. I got a lot of things coming in from right to left, and it's just I have to make constant new decisions. It's a flexible role. It's not like be there at 8 o'clock and leave at 5. It's just you do what you need to do in the time you got available, and it's just super fun. So that for sure has added a ton of variety. But this also relates to you on a subjective level. How much uncertainty, how much variety do you need in your life? I'm a guy that thrives on uncertainty. That's really something that gets me going. That may not be the case for you, but for me, I want so much variety. Hence, I got a like 9.5 on the uncertainty variety scale. Ooh, 2 high scores here. See where this is going. Need number 3, significance. Feeling unique, important, special, or needed. My new work role, yeah, it's going to be a recurrent thing. I feel needed. People come to me and ask questions I can answer, questions that relates to something I care about, something that gets me going, gets me fired up, and I can actually feel like, man, I'm needed here. I have the competence, the skill to add something here. And that feeling is just, boom. It actually relates to another need, but we'll come to that later. But I for sure feel unique, important, special, or needed. And this also relates to what I'm doing off work. Well, like YouTube, I feel needed when people say, hey, you inspire me so much. And that whole YouTube thing, that adds a lot of that. But also it could be like I'm studying now movie theory. It's a sense of significance, feeling unique when I develop a certain skill. It's like I have the spectra of knowledge that is only unique for me. That makes me feel special. I have something that other people don't. This may sound like a bit of a narcissistic, egoistic thing, but you create your own, you have to stand out in your own way, and these things makes me feel significance. It is important for you. Moving on, number 4, connection, love, a strong feeling of closeness or union with someone or something. I actually touched upon this earlier when I said that I feel like I'm a part of the company I'm working for right now. I want to be there. I connect more and more with the people. I'm not a separate part of the company. We're doing something together, and it just feels great. Also, I live with my brother. I talk and I connect with my brother. I connect with you guys when you, Armando, come here and join me in this session. That feels great. It feels like we have something. reunified. And I've also been talking to a girl, which has added some spark to my life. It was a long time since I felt something like that, and just that little extra tension is just makes me smile without really knowing about it. I woke up this morning, couldn't help myself, but had these dreams about girls, and I was waking up thinking about her, and like I'm just saying that something is change, something is different, and that adds again variety, but also a feeling of connection to someone in a new way. And it just we got a 9 out of 10 on this one too. High scores all the way through. Number 5, growth. Human need number 5, an expansion of capacity, capability, or understanding. Tons of high scores on this one. My work capacity, I've been putting in so much effort this week in a good way. I've progressed in my work, in my relationships at work, and just my sense of what I can produce. I feel that I've done so much this week. I've grown a ton. That is super important. It's like biking. If we don't move forward, we will fall over. We need this constant growth. I mean, growth to me is like one of the fundamental pieces. If I'm not growing on a daily basis, I get depressed. I seriously get depressed. I have such a hard time. This is actually something I need to be more comfortable with, not doing things, because it's also a state of just taking in the presence and enjoying what is. If you're constantly chasing growth, then you're a bit of wind up all the time. So it has a backside, but growth to me, So we got like a 9 out of 10 on this human need, number 5 too. And lastly, number 6, contribution, a sense of service and focus of helping, giving, and supporting others. This is hugely huge. The whole YouTube channel, like, it's a 10 out of 10 when some of you just comment and say, yeah, I already touched upon this. When people say that I inspire them, it just gives it all a purpose. But also in work right now, when I do work that only I can do, and people are like, yeah, that's such good work, I add something, I contribute to something bigger. I'm not going to drag this out. You understand the meaning of this. But one thing I actually have been starting to implement, trying to make it a daily habit, is to have a non-egoistic act, like helping my brother with something that I just do it for the act of being kind. That adds so much warmth within. You just feel good. Like when you give a banana to a homeless person because you just went to the grocery store and you have a lot of bananas. Just giving that banana to that person, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to describe. It just makes you feel good. Contributing to something bigger. Yeah. So that was the 6 human needs, and well, I scored highly on all of them, and that explains some of the reasons for why I've had such a great week. I used this, I talked about this here because maybe this is something you should take a look at. Go through your week, go through these 6 human needs. That in the description you can find them, and you'll see why you're either off or why you're on your game of life. So we got a question from Armando. Shoot. And we also got Gaben Games. Hello, remember me? It's me from Webhallen. Yeah, it's Gabbe. Hey Gabbe, what's up? He's actually gonna be featured in this Sunday video. Yeah, I haven't been able to edit that together. This Sunday it's gonna be part number 3 of the epic adventure where I went out asking girls to speed date me. That for sure was quite the adventure. It was scary, but Gabby here, awesome guy. He has a YouTube channel with 14,000 subscribers. He helped me with some motivational boost, and he's only 13 years old. Cool guy. Okay, Armando hits me with his question. Here goes. This was shit. Oh, here goes my question this week. That wasn't a question, that was a statement. I hear that your week was shit. Why was it shit, Armando? I totally respect people with shitty weeks. I have shitty weeks sometimes. And that's maybe this really is why you should have a look at this and reflect upon why your week was shit. Armando says, I've been facing fears talking to strangers. That's great to hear. But since your week still has been shit, I either imagine that you let these rejections get to you, or no. Okay, he actually got a solution here. The problem is with certainty. So let's go to the list. What does certainty mean? Certainty, assurance you can avoid pain and gain pleasure. So in that context, that means that you have zero assurance that you will gain pleasure. You just, pain is going to be all around you. Why is that? Please care to expand on that. Is it that you can't mentally hold yourself up? You're letting these rejections, or actually the anticipation, the vision of you actually failing before failing get to you, so you just get filled with anxiety. I'm talking about this in a way that I've experienced it myself, when I just feel that whatever I do, it will result in anxiety or pain, and that will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Or what's your thought? What's your actual question, Armando? This leaves me time to have my apple cider vinegar water. Sorry. Oh, nice with some silence. The question is, this social thing is hard. No shit. Changing your career is hard. No shit. Really hard. Can you approximate this and say it's impossible? Can you approximate this and say it's impossible? I'm not quite sure what you're telling me. I'm actually gonna Google Translate approximate. Now I have a sense of what it means. Ungefär, about, similar, rough and ready, rough. Okay. Can you approximate this and say it's impossible? No. It's just like winning the lottery. The odds so low it's basically impossible. Okay, I can feel that you're really on a low point here, Armando. Social thing is hard. Changing your career is hard, really hard. Can you approximate this? Well, of course it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. But when you start to, it feels like you've already kind of sort of accepted that. And when you accept it, then it starts to become your reality. Then it's not, you're not questioning it anymore, because it's so plausible for you. It's like almost your reality, or maybe it is your reality in the short span, but you're letting that short span result impact your long-term vision. You're cluttered by these rejections that results in shitty emotions, and that makes it paralyzes you to even think about the future. And when you say the odds are so low, it's basically impossible. I mean, it's a matter of putting up a plausible strategy also to reach these goals. And I mean, if we're overshooting and we're aiming too high all the time, then we're not taking in the small rewards because they're so distant to what we actually want to do. If I have the vision, of tomorrow earning like $1 million, even if I make $10,000 today, which is like, what the fuck, that's a tremendous amount of money. It's not even close to my goal, so it feels like shit still because it's relative. We need to in that sense also have realistic, at least short-term goals, whereas the long-term vision can be really huge and like daunting, because that's also what inspires you, what's inspired me. I've always had like really big visions for myself because that has gotten me going, that has given me this drive. But in the short-term perspective, I also learned how to tweak and not put up too high goals because I know I can't reach them. And when it comes to like building the social confidence, these social skills, I need to be realistic on which level I'm at, so I can baby step myself up to the next level. I can't overshoot. I can't go out and think that I can talk myself into anything and expect that result, because I won't get that result because I'm not on that level right now. I need to take it one step at a time. I need to have patience. I need to be okay with the journey. It's a long goddamn journey, but it's a journey I need to learn to accept. I need to accept that the failure that will be a part of it, but I also need to learn how to embrace the small wins, to enjoy those moments. That's why I every day write down my top moments. Not every top moments, and maybe it's like 3 things at least every evening. I look back at the day, what has been the small things that really made me feel good about this day. And usually it comes down to small social connections and such, but it's about the mindset that it's today that is your day, that you have to learn how to enjoy no matter what has happened. Look for the small things, because it is the small things that makes it all worth it. It's not about the end goal. That's why we need to see this as a long journey. That's why we need to baby step it. And we can't look at what we're not having, and since we're not having it, say that to ourselves that, yeah, I'm a failure because I'm not achieving that thing. We need to get real with ourselves. We need to level with our self-image. This is what I am. This is what I want to be. Sit down and work out a strategy, a realistic strategy, and tweak the strategy along the road if it's not working. But you need a strategy for how you're going to take you to where you want to go. Sorry. Armando says, how can you have certainty that you will achieve your dreams? Well, here's the thing. You can't have certainty in 100% certainty, but you can have hope. Hope and faith in trusting the process, and that in itself gives you certainty. I wake up with this certainty in the long time horizon that I'm gonna make it big, my vision of making it big. But I know that certainty will go up and down because of individual events. But I have trust in the process. I have trust in myself. What I just spoke about, constantly reevaluating what I'm doing, constantly changing and tweaking to take myself to where I want to go. I trust in that process. I trust that I am capable of making those changes to take me there. And I trust that I will make sure, I have to make sure to enjoy the journey there. Again, it's about the journey. It's not about the end goal. You have to enjoy the process. Because if you're having a strategy that perhaps would actually take you to that super big goal, but it kills you right now, then it's not a strategy that is worth it. It's not a strategy that is worth it. I'm not really a faith type of guy. I in the face of hardship, I start losing faith. Well, I say that's something you have to work on. You need to be that type of guy. I mean, it's a mindset. You can get yourself into that mindset, and you do that by learning how to talk to yourself, journaling, boosting yourself. It's about becoming your best friend and always being there, supporting yourself. I mean, I wasn't that type of guy either, but I learned how to become that type of guy. I don't believe in the fixed mindset that persons are in a certain way, and maybe I'm talking against myself here because I said I'm the type of guy that really enjoys uncertainty. But I believe you can learn how to have faith and trust the process, and you do that by creating reference points, by creating these cases in your life where you actually prove yourself wrong. Like in the context of building your social skills, going out there, facing your fears, you baby stepping it up with small things. And by doing that, you can look back at these things and, yeah, I actually did that thing. I took action and it worked. It worked. Hence, I believe in the process that I can do it again. And if it's not working, that means tweaking. That means something is wrong. There is the capability within me to do this. I just need to figure out a way of how to do that. Maybe I'm not connecting with you at all here, Armando. Maybe you think I talk a lot of crap right now. But that's just the way, what I'm trying to say here, that's the way I've grown to handling these kinds of things. That's how I've grown into trusting the process, to have faith in myself. And that has really changed the way I act and work and how I feel about the whole thing. Trust, Armando says, trust in the process. I guess it's more than faith. It's wisdom and knowledge, seeing it's the right path. Yeah, maybe that's right. Armando says, no, your words are helping for sure. Nice. Just relating back to the 6 human needs, I feel like I've contributed here. A sense of service and focus of helping, giving, and supporting others. That's something that just fills me up. Maybe I talk a lot of rubbish here, but you told me I just helped you, and that makes me feel so goddamn good. And I believe every human being out there needs to help other people, because it's just a sense of belonging to something greater. It just adds so much to your life. Whether that is just doing your little brother's washes sometimes because maybe he doesn't have time this day. It just adds small sense of love and contribution to the world. I believe in making this place a better one, and I know I sound all blah blah flower powerish when I talk about this, but it's the truth. Yeah, let me boost your self-esteem. You for sure boosted my self-esteem, Armando. But that is also the end of this stream. It has been going on for way too long. I have to go back to my studies. I do have a home exam I need to send in before 12 o'clock tonight, and I'm only halfway there. It has been a great little moment. I almost said epic there, but I promise not to use that word again. It's been great, very impulsive, very all over the place. I for sure enjoyed it. And thank you, Armando, for joining in. Also, Gabbe, I don't know if you're here still, but thank you for joining. And don't miss the Sunday video, part number 3 in the speed dating series. It's the last part, and it's gonna be a good one, hopefully. It also will include a bonus thingy. I'm spoiling here. Wish you all a great day, a great weekend, and don't forget to go out there and face some fears. See you in the next one. Bye, guys. Woo. Why did I do that? I need to show you some light.